We all know from COVID lockdowns that when you lose that sort of connection with people, life is wrong.
We're a community radio station, so we're all run by volunteers, and obviously this film does a fantastic job of bringing that theme of community to life. Why do you think that was so important, especially during World War One, to have that community?
I think community was what kept people sane. It kept people involved in the idea that you have to carry on, however harsh the circumstances are, and the way to do that is through forming a community of like-minded folk, and that's what the Choral is, and that happens in kind of all walks of life, really. But it's hugely important. And we all know from COVID lockdowns that when you lose that sort of connection with people, life is wrong. You do. It's not right, and it's only when you can finally kind of get back together in person that life is back to normal again, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's the heart of the film, really. Community in this film is what this film's about. It's about how a community comes together with a piece of music and sort of heals itself and finds each other, falls in love, and it's kind of bittersweet because obviously in the backdrop of that you've got 1960. It's in 1916. You've got the war going on, the thick of the war, and it's all about community. Yeah.
I think it's like how much community helps when stuff is really bad. I mean, I think being able to come together with other people and hold each other in those moments is so special. And I think also to do something productive and creative, I think is so helpful, and just really I don't know, I think when so many people are going through loss in the film and they get to all come together, and they had the younger generation and the older generation, and they're people from different backgrounds throughout the village, and we all just come together because we're creating this really amazing thing. I think it's really special.
I feel like because on set we was all quite tight-knit anyway, I think the community and the togetherness was there and the chemistry was there off a camera. So once you put the camera on us, it kind of felt like we wasn't trying too hard to give off a sense of togetherness, because the togetherness was naturally there organically. So, yeah.
I think because the way it's written, Alan Bennett's script, and Nick Heitner's incredible clarity with the characters, again, it was almost easy because you can see them. Then he cast it so beautifully that you can see it. I can, because I've been at it for 50 years, so I know but also I had props, costumes. John's here, very much there, John Bright, who owns the costume house we got all the costumes from. So, and it always has the right clothes. I mean, it's not a period that's often done civilian, it's mainly much more done army, First World War and all that. But so there wasn't a massive stock, and we had incredibly little money. But they didn't have a lot of clothes then, So we gave it a truth by actually only giving everybody sort of one or two outfits. And it was just great.
You seem really positive about it, which is always lovely to see.
One of the most incredible experiences of my film career, this film. I used to have it with the merchandise. I mean, I've done some great films. I'm not saying a word against any, but it was a really special experience.
Well, I think during the First World War, I think at the start of the movie, there's pretty much the entire film is about these people becoming a community, because because at the start, everybody who you'd normally speak to, like on the way to the shops or something like that, he's gone. So you've got like your two mates, and then you've got to try and make new friends. But the sense of community but building the sense of community while we were filming was the easiest thing in the world. Yeah.
So everyone said the same thing, which is really nice. Everyone's been like, yeah, easy, we're all mates. That's brilliant to hear.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was really good fun. I've missed a lot of them, but but like post filming, we've been really good about like meeting up after filming and stuff like that. And I consider a lot of these people my friends now.
Well, it brings people together. And it's an expression, and it's something extraordinary. I've really been in a choir before, so we did a lot of rehearsing. My singing improved enormously, but I hadn't realized what it felt like singing along with everybody else, and you listen to everybody else. You're not just singing your bit. You're having to listen to everybody, so you join together and become this thing. And of course, music is a universal language, so everybody can understand it, whether you know what you're singing about or not. It's just there, and it's just wonderful.
What's really great about the film, and what was great about working on it, is the way that music inhabits every part of the film, because it inhabits the story. So there's no reason to sort of kind of invent a kind of almost like construct some way to begin to write a score, which very often in a film you may have to do. But for this, the music was kind of given. We worked on it early. We shot the film to the music, and it was incredible the effect, not that only had on us working on the music, but on the cast and everything. You know, that they had an incredible experience with the music as well as with the film. And that made me particularly happy, I have to say. Yeah. And I mean, it's a joy to do. And to work on great music, you know, there's some great music in this film which I've adapted and arranged. It's always a kind of an honor and a responsibility, because, yeah. But you know, in the end, I was really happy, and I'm hoping it will go well.
It will go well. Manifest. It is going to go well. I mean, it all looks fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much for chatting to us today. Thank you.